we've mentioned, is facing deflation, high youth unemployment, and a lot more. And we have Sitao Xu, Chief Economist for Deloitte China. He joins me now from Shanghai. So great to have you with us. I know that we've been battling to get you online with us, but glad we could establish contact. We've just heard that many companies, US companies, are saying that China is just not investable right now. They're saying it's uninvestable. They're talking about policy. But even policy aside, the current economic climate is very concerning. What do you make of this comment that some companies are saying, look, we just don't want to put our money into this market right now?
Well, I think economic slowdown has structural reasons and cyclical reasons. COVID has obscured the trend of slowing down, which really began quite a few years ago. The economy needs another driver in post-poverty era. So the next 2 years, property sector is unlikely to bring anything to the growth front. But that said, I think the consumer sector itself will provide some cushion. So I still think the medium-term growth trend should be around 4%. But of course, policymakers will need to undertake, certain reform. For example, labor market relaxation, resident permit system, so on and so forth. So that's how we see the Chinese economy going forward.
So you talk about the consumer. Yeah, you talk about the consumer, but we're seeing deflation kicking in, which is showing the consumer is just not spending as it should. Another shocking piece of information is that unemployment is reaching levels where we're just not seeing it being recorded anymore. Could you give us some insight into the health of the consumer and whether they've just been that hurt because of the no COVID policy that we're now experiencing the after effects?
Yeah. Consumers have not done so-called revenge consumption as many have anticipated after first quarter this year, and the property sector also has weakened. But we have to put this in perspective. The property sector, residential property sector, has a massive run, and in many cities, and the prices have gone up by 10, 20, 30 times over the past 15 years. So of course, from this very elevated level, the price is coming down. But I don't see there is a Lehman moment. Certain segment, I think consumers are still doing okay. For example, travel, tourism, hospitality, restaurants. Youth unemployment is not just a China issue. I think it's a global issue. We need some, I think ultimately the solution is relaxing service sector.
All right, Sitao Xu, great to have you with us. Thank you so much for that insight.